Once upon a time, there was a girl who finally discovered what she wanted to do with her life. She knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that she was meant to study philosophy. And so she went to a college and she found a professor, and she told him at the tender age of 22 that she wanted to study philosophy. While secretly delighted, her mentor began to take her along the path of learning. He gave her books on Eastern philosophy. He gave her books on Western philosophy. He guided her in thinking of psychology and psychoanalysis. And she was delighted by these ways of thinking, for they stimulated something inside of her that spoke to her of the truth. In particular, she found what she learned in Eastern philosophy of the Buddha, Vedanta, to be speaking to her in a way that the words of Jesus had spoken to her as she was a child. But what was interesting is that philosophy she discovered didn't hold a lot of interest for her, because it seemed to her that the study of philosophy itself was more about being able to write about and articulate, or she would say regurgitate, the words and thoughts of someone else. And that's not what she was interested in. What had drawn her to philosophy was this flavor of the truth. She was onto it now, and she would never stop. And over again in her life, she'd be drawn to things. She was drawn to neuro-linguistic programming. She was drawn to Kundalini yoga. She was drawn to access consciousness. She was drawn to meditation. She was drawn to the three principles. And always she was looking for the same thing. She was looking for the truth. And then one day in this search, she realized that this truth she'd been looking for, this home upon which to build her life that she'd been seeking, lived inside of her, had always been there, was always hers. She felt a peace that she had never known before. And though she stopped seeking for something outside of herself, she didn't stop looking. She never stopped looking inside, because she knew that there was always something more to see.